Oil will always be needed for our way of life. So we use oil for fertilizers, for chemical products, for medications, for many different things. But it's not really smart to use oil for transportation or for electrical generation, energy generation. So this has to change, and it can be changed. So we have plenty of technology and capacity today to generate eolic, using wind power for energy, solar power, and hydroelectric power. But I believe that we are very close to making fusion energy viable, and this is gonna be the greatest technology feature accomplishment of all, because being able to do this in a economical way, we're gonna be able to have all the energy necessary to take the salt out of the seawater, so we have potable water. We're gonna have plenty of energy for transportation, electricity, for everything, and we're gonna have the needed energy for projects to capture the CO2, the excess CO2 from the atmosphere, to try to mitigate the problems of climate change. Yes, it has happened before. In economics, we learned a term that is called the Dutch disease. This means that the Netherlands in the past had a lot of natural gas, offshore natural gas, and their economy was totally based on natural gas. When the natural gas was gone, the economy just plugged. So it's called Dutch disease. When you go to school to learn economics, you always learn the Dutch disease. And countries have to learn from this, and they have to diversify. So if most of the large oil companies in the world don't want to be called oil companies anymore, they are being called energy companies, because they are diversifying and they are finding other ways to deal with this. And in Europe, for instance, if you produce oil, you have to pay carbon taxes. It's really expensive. So they are diversifying. That's what we have to do. Countries have to do the same. They will always produce oil, not at the same rate, because we will not need as much as oil as we need. And this is funny, but it has happened before. There was a time that salt was a major asset. Your wages were paid in salt. So soldiers, they had their salario, because of the word salt, because it was really important, because it was the major asset to preserve food, and we really needed salt. The point that we can get of not needing oil for energy any longer, either for fusion or for cheap wind or solar energy, oil is going to be just like salt. So in economy, we have a term of inelastic assets. So today, if you say, look, if I earn $5 million, I'm going to buy a car, a nice car. You will never see someone saying, if I get $5 million, I will buy more salt. That's why it's a inelastic thing. Oil will become like this when we find some clean energy to substitute it.